When I go live, if I shut it off to do something else and I go back it, I have to hit the go live button again and look for my little um, clipboard with the you're already going live thing, and sometimes I miss it. So let me just get to my chat here on the computer. Good morning, everybody. I'm still discombobulated a bit. I'm making mistakes that I wouldn't normally make. Okay, give me a second here. Okay. Oh, for the love of Pete. There we go. All right, now. Ah! Give me a second here. Live. There you are. Okay. All right, give me a minute here. How's everybody doing today? Let's pop out the chat. What are we at here? Hang on a second. Why is this doing this? It's not letting me make it bigger. That's weird. Okay, let's pop out the chat. Oh, let's put it on cinema mode. That's right, I'm on here because I don't know why the settings are the way they are. F11 that, bring it on up. Hi. And I don't know why I'm not going live here. Okay, I did that already. All right. Pop out the chat. Bigot. There it is. Hey, everybody. Welcome to, is it day 6? Yes, it's day 6. Now, I'm not pulling a tea from the calendar today. Next year, I'm just going to make it regular tea. Tea, multi-biscuit tea, that kind of thing, because my stomach, when I first get up, does not like herbal tea. It really doesn't. And I'm just having Merry Christmas. Okay, so what we're doing today is we're pretending I took my tea. This is basically now just for show at the moment. Excuse me. I quite literally just got up at 11:15. But that's the way. But I'm getting more rest. I got a good night's sleep last night. And I slept well when I went back to bed this morning. So I'm firing on about 6 out of 8 cylinders, right? Canning some hot packed chicken. Got 3 whole birds for $1.87 altogether and broth. Good job, Danoof. Now listen. Let's open our Christmas cards this week. I got one from my cousin Marilyn and Johnny. And this one is the Seeds of Hope from Charlene Weber. Handmade by Charlene Weber. Oh, isn't that pretty? Merry Christmas. Isn't that pretty? And you made that yourself. Isn't that something? So what have I got here? I have peach tomato seeds. Sow indoors, 5 millimeters deep, 6 to 8 weeks before last. I might try those this year. Isn't that something? And Italian basil. Thank you for all you do. I really appreciate it. I have learned so much from you and YouTube. Isn't that lovely? Okay, I'm going to set. I need something to put my seeds in so that I know which is new seeds. Oh my God, Gracie, give Mommy a break, will ya? Now I got to frig with my camera again because we know that Gracie has to have her moment in the sun. You are the sunshine of my life. You see, is this ear bugging you? Nope. Nope. Oh my goodness. Yes, your mommy baby. Oh my goodness. You know who's coming soon? Santa Claus. He's going to bring you treats. Yes, he is. Because you're such a good girl. You just give me the eyebrow whenever I yell at you. Like, I don't have to listen to you. You're just my mommy. You want a sweet? You want a treat? I call it a sweet, but it's not sweet. You're such a good girl looking after mommy all night. Snuggled up to my bum. There it is. All right. Give me a second, folks. I left the fire open to get it going. I got to go see if it's running. Oh! Look at it. Look at it. Okay. Wood stove's closed. Pumping out heat beautifully. Okay. All right. Okay, sorry about that. I know you can count, but you're not getting another one right now. Go on, go lay down in front of the fire. Mommy lit it just for you. Santa Paws is on his way. Absolutely. Hey, Angie, hi. Let me say hi to everybody here now that I've wasted enough of your time trying to wake up, I guess. You get over here like this. Angie, Celeste, Cindy's home. Danuth, Jenny Bruno, Kathy Ponder, Lacey Black, Life with the Wolfies, Linda Bopp, Lori Lazor McChesney, Montgomery's Gardens, Sandra Volomar, Charlene Weber, whose beautiful card I just opened, Sweet Sipper, and Trudy W. Hey, 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 everybody. Let's put this on live chat. So let me see if I want to. Now I know, and it's an awful thing to say, but I know I'm going to get more cards than anybody else only because of who I am. And some people want to give me a card on top of their list just because they want to. And that's totally okay. But I want to save up all the seeds I get just from this so that, okay, and I'm going to do it live whenever I have seeds, okay? Because I want to see how many comes from this year's card exchange pour moi. So we're going to put that in that little box here, and we're going to put the card away for the early onset dementia, I think. No, I'm not even going to joke about it. Then I'm going to put them on the garland to line up. Good morning, good morning. Okay, who's this from? It just says from Cambridge, Ontario. And it says pre-loved. All right. Has anybody gotten any cards from me yet? Oh, look. I always know a good Hallmark card when I see one. Merry Christmas from... You know what? Oh, it just has an address on the envelope and nobody signed it. So I have no idea unless I trace that address. Holy smokes, I got parsley, money plant seeds. I don't know what they are. Jubilee watermelon and dill. Awesome. These are from another card. So I've gotten 2 cards with seeds, and I've already gotten 6 packages of seeds. One. Thank you so much. And this is from Jennifer, because Jennifer put it in her parcel. God's Hope. Isn't that pretty? Look at the lammies and the baby. And Impenetrator. Non-GMO carrot seeds. Thank you, because I am planting carrots again this year. Love, and I'll read this after. Sweetheart, because, you know, it might be personal. I don't know. We'll see. There's 7. And there's more cards here. 1 more. There's 2 more. So I'm going to take you out with me to hang these cards up, okay? Can you guys see me? Am I here? Oh, I've got the lid. This. Hey, sweet sipper. And this says, "Oh, little town of Bethlehem." And that's from Doris and John. So shall we go out? Well, I'll hang these up later, and you'll see them later on the other live stream, because guess what? I'm making sausage rolls today. My homemade sausage meat and homemade puff pastry. So that's going to be part of a live today. I have a video for tomorrow, a pantry pull meal video for tomorrow. So isn't that nice? You know what? Let's go hang these up. I'm just going to do this so you don't get seasick here. Oi! There's Nan's bag of presents for everybody. All right. Let's hang on a second. I do have a tripod here. Oh, there goes my angel. Don't knock the angel over, Bev. Here we go. There we go. It's getting there, isn't it? All right, let's go back to the office. Now, I got to tell you all a couple of things. That laundry soap I have that I made with the Dawn and everything works well, doesn't suds. If you want a bit more suds, add another half a cup of Dawn. But for my IE washing machine, it works really great. And the bluing and the vinegar in the dispenser didn't dye anything. Well, if I have to do, hi Edie, lacy black, pearly white. If I have more than the garlands will hold, then I will just start taping them to the wood frames of my china cabinet, thus making everything very festive. Oh yeah, but I washed my bedding in it, and it turned out fine, because I didn't, especially like I put the vinegar and the bluing in the fabric softener dispenser, and it was fine. Well, I could probably get away with another cup or 2, but I don't want to push it. I don't want to push my lug. And the vinegar, yes, because the vinegar is a fabric softener, and it will cut the suds. Exactly. Thank you, Sandra. Tina LaBelle, good morning. Good morning. So anyway, here's my, here's what I wake up to. I get a message from Howie. Alex, we call him the good son. We tease. We call him the good son because He, if we ask him, he'll show up to help with wood or firewood or anything. Right now, he's getting a tail light for Howie. And he's getting a tail light for Howie, a part for him. And Howie texted me this morning. I wake up to a text saying, have you done any baking yet? Do you got something for Alex? Because he's coming at 5:30 to bring me a tail light and have a cup of tea. And I went, I don't have that kind of energy in me, Howie. You know I haven't done any baking. You know I don't got dick. So sorry, Alex, you're gonna have to wait for a hug and come back the last week before Christmas for your treats. Hey. So if you don't want to put vinegar in it, don't put vinegar in it. Use it in your rinse. Wishing you and yours a wonderful Christmas. Hi, Deborah, Nurse Nightingale. I know, I always think of you as a nurse. How are you doing, sweetheart? How is weather in Nebraska? Once again, our weather is, whoops, get out of my way, Mr. Spider Plant. Our weather is like that. You see the delicate, let me see if I can show you the snowflakes. The snowflakes are falling beautifully. Isn't that lovely? So, there we go. Like I said, this afternoon I'm making sausage rolls. Pre-loved is a secondhand or recycle. That's a good thing, taking care of the plant. Oh, awesome. Okay. So I'm out of Christmas cards, which reminds me, I have to send one to Linda Bopp, because I didn't put hers in the original because I didn't get her address till after they were all mailed out. Try and say that one twice really fast. And my niece Jessica. I know it is sweet, but I do have to do some baking soon. I have to do some baking soon, probably next week, maybe some this week. But I have to, I have to get things organized as well. I got presents to wrap and I can't do them on camera, right? It is nice knowing people look forward to it. It really is nice. But I'm not baking for my entire family this year. I'm just going to do something for Arthur, Mel, and Briar, and us and my neighbors. So I guess that's a lot. That's one, Arthur and Mel, Briar, us, Gert and Emily, and Judy and Jimmy. So, I mean, I didn't make any fruitcakes this year, so I have to make a little bit more of the cookies, so to speak. So I think when I make my shortbread, I'm going to make my pecan pie bars as well. But today I'm making puff pastry, and I've got my homemade sausage meat thawing out because that's going to be for supper. And the guys at Howie's work, I better get baking soon, eh? We're supposed to be going to Howie's Christmas party on Saturday. What's today, the 6th? Tomorrow's the 7th. Thursday. Can't be on the Friday. It is. No, it's on Saturday. So Howie's Christmas party for work is on Saturday. I'm not sure I actually want to go. Not because I don't love the folks, but it's because it's at one of those indoor golf stadium things. And it's like, last time I played golf, I sprained my wrist. I'm not a golf fan, right? So I'm not sure. But I guess just started candying my fruits for fruitcake. I'm very behind this year. I bet you are, Dylan. I bet you are. So yeah, that's kind of what's going on today. I've got to unload the dishwasher from last night and then start loading it up from this morning. Supper's going to be sausage rolls. I think I'm going to do air fried potatoes and green beans or something with them. Oh, Edie, Dawn is a dish soap. Yes, but Dawn Platinum is really, really, really strong. If I take a Dawn Platinum, big bottle of Dawn Platinum, and I put 1/3 of that, if I leave 1/3 of that in the bottle and fill it up with vinegar and shake it, it turns to gel that I can hardly squeeze out. So the less Dawn, the more vinegar it actually. And I don't know about vinegar stopping suds because if I when I do my dishwasher, I put in because I'm on well water. I put in a finished tab. I put in a half a cup of vinegar and one squirt, no more than a teaspoon of Dawn and vinegar. Because if I put any more, if I get too excited with the squirt in my dishwasher, it suds up so bad it comes out under the door. So vinegar may cut the suds, but I also had them on pre-soak and extra rinse. So zucchini fruitcake. I'm doing fine, Bev. No snow right now, just cold. I want you to know I make your recipe of snowballs every Christmas since you posted your recipe. My kids and grandkids, well, of course they ask for them. Snowballs are the thing, aren't they? But I also have to make some medicated ones. But that's going to be for another channel. Looking forward, it's actually really easy. It's actually really easy. It's just time consuming because you have to roll out the butter between parchment, then roll out the dough and put the butter between it, fold it, roll it, put it in the fridge for a half an hour. I should be doing this right now. I'm gonna start the process at about 2:00, and then I'll live for a bit, and then probably I've got my patrons at 4. Patrons, if you're here, do you mind going live tonight? I don't know. We'll see. I haven't drawn up my schedule yet. And tomorrow is an infusion day. Oh, Wednesday and Thursday. Okay, Joe. Joe, you look after yourself too, eh? And don't put up with any bullshit. And you know what I'm saying. Okay? So, I'm going to sneeze again. Thank you! I hope I'm not getting the cold Howie by Sunday night he was feeling like shit. Thank you. But his started out with sneezes, and he thought it was the cat allergies because his sister shoved the cat on his shoulder. I had just had 4 large army helicopters fly right over my house. The whole house shook. This never happens where I live. Where do you live, Lynn? Andrew, my love, how are you? Thank you for the blessings. When I first wake up, my nose is really dry. We live in a house with a wood stove, so my nose is really dry, and anything that was in there got really dry and itchy, and then I sneeze. Hey, Terry McKinney, it's been a minute. Upstate New York. Really? Okay, here's what I want to say. You know how we're always... Okay, I'm going to roll one. Is that okay with you guys? I'm going to roll one. Where is my grinder? There's my grinder. Thing is tonsillitis. Oh, tonsillitis is hard on older people. I had a boyfriend once when I was who was 17, and he had to get his tonsils out when he was 17, and he went into they had to paddle him. He almost died. For some reason, getting your tonsils out as an adult is much, much more painful and risky than it is when you're a kid. Don't ask me why. Hey, Molly Smith. Now, so let's get back to the helicopters. All right. I want to talk to you guys about our job as light bringers, and no, not like Lucifer. Lucifer means like bringer of light, because he, if you look at it biblically, he was the one who talked Eve into eating the fruit of knowledge. You notice how they pick on the woman first? But that's just, biblically, right? But think about it this way, all right? Real light doesn't necessarily come from knowledge. It does come from knowledge, but real light comes from the love we share and you know, exchange on a daily basis with a higher power or God of our understanding. And I say that because not everybody believes the same. And I'm just trying to not lump it all together, but just give a clear path. Morning Star. Thank you, Missy Roar. So, oh, shingles. Oh, God, keep me from shingles. Hey, Practically Creative. That's okay, sweetheart. That's okay. I'm really sorry you're going through that. I hope to God I never get shingles. So here's what we've been talking about lately, right? Oh, for the love of crap. My hands don't want to work this morning. Hang on a second. I got to pull my thumb. And no, I'm not going to toot. You know how we always talk about fear? Okay, where's my X-Acto knife? Oh, here's a screwdriver. That'll work. Fear, it's just been in the last 15 years that advertisers they've stopped using seduction to sell their products, and now they're using fear. Every time a commercial comes on, it gets traced back to fear. Totally. Hey, Mama Kins, Michelle Jones, Allison, hey. I've had the flu for 2 weeks. It's my first day. Yeah, we had a flu a couple of weeks back, or over a month ago, that wasn't bad. It just was long. It was like stuffy, tickly nose, sneezing for about 2 weeks, and then after that, it was a sore throat and stuff coming up out of your throat, not your lungs. So, okay. Prayers for health and healing for all who is in need. Absolutely, Linda. So, when you talk about it being really scary that military helicopters went over your house, I actually heard something the other night too. And I said to Howie, that can't be a plane. What's a copter doing flying that low? And the thing is advertising has gone from seduction to fear like within the last 15 years. Now, if you think about all of the negativity that's going on in the world right now, just the world. I'm not talking about the universe or the multiverse, just the world. It has it, especially at this time of year. We've got politicians tearing each other down. We've got this constant barrage of programming that they want us to accept. Climate crisis, war, revolutions, plagues, pandemics, anything they can think of to keep us afraid and in control, for them to be in control. Now, here's what I want you to do. Do you know why I'm not afraid? I'm going to show you why I'm not afraid. Can you see out there? Do you see any war or zombies or revolutions or people trying to break into my house or military or anything like? Do you see that outside my window? Neither do I. Therefore, unless it's directly affecting me, I no longer listen to it because it's all fear-mongering. A fearful populace will often turn to the first political figure to fix the problem out of fear. So they've been drumming us full of fear for years. And it's coming. Do you feel everything coming to a head? Can you feel that? So my point is, every time you see something that frightens you, or stop looking, stop listening, stop assuming that it's something to be afraid of. Because all you're doing is feeding the negative energy in you with fear, and in turn, feeding the negative energy from social media, mainstream media, television, all that stuff. We're just feeding that energy with our fear. Don't be afraid. Fear not, for I bring you tidings of great joy. Do you remember that? Which will be to all people. Okay? Where it comes from, where you believe that comes from, it doesn't change the message, which is true. Love is everything. And every time we allow some kind of external force to make us afraid, then our shield or it's like somebody standing in between you and the path of the Creator's light. Every time you allow somebody to get you angry, every time you allow somebody to make you afraid, every time circumstances make you worry overly much, do you have any control over those things at this moment? Do you have any control over these things at all? And if the answer is no, then you got to pull up your panties, your big person pants, and you got to turn to your faith and say, I know that all this external shit, it does not come from you, Lord. I know it does not come from you. Therefore, I need your help in ignoring it. Please, God, only let the things through that I need to deal with. Because it's like a psychological operation to just constantly batter people with negativity and fear so that we're weak and distracted and not focusing on the truth and the way forward, which is always, always love. I've said it before and I'll say it again. You don't gotta love the crowd. You don't gotta go over and bake cookies and give hugs to the crusty old crazy man next door that he doesn't live there anymore, right? You just have to respect his right to be and call the police if he comes on your property and you don't want him there. But it doesn't mean that that's going to affect your life, only if you allow it. So love means loving yourself enough not to accept unacceptable situations. Loving yourself enough not to allow people, places, and things to cause you anxiety and fear. Love yourself enough to know that you have a conscious contact with the source of your faith. You just have to reach out and ask for it. God does not interfere in our lives. We were given free will. God does not interfere with our lives. Only when you reach your hand out. And he still won't necessarily fix the problems, but he will help you through them. Does that make sense? Wonder what the helicopters were doing. Well, guess what? Does it matter? Unless they're dropping bombs around your house, does it matter? It could be an exercise. It could be just to get people all upset and shaken up in the jar again, like the red ants and the black ants. So the more time you give it curiosity, energy, and fear, you're feeding that agenda. Our fear feeds the negative narrative of what's going on in the world, whether it's political, geopolitical, climate, otherwise. Your fear, my fear, feeds it. Think about it this way. Think about the negative like a balloon, right? And this is our life, and this is the balloon, and the helicopters go by. The balloon gets bigger. What? And then, oh my God, our president's nuts, our prime minister's a hollow, crazy puppet. The balloon gets bigger. And it would be great if we could pour all of that into a balloon, but sooner or later the balloon will break, right? And then it goes back into the atmosphere. It's very bad. It's a very poor imagery here. But the whole point is when you give it your attention And your energy, you're feeding it. You're feeding it like a sourdough starter, right? You're feeding it. And when you feed it, it just grows, doesn't it? Thank you, Kay. I don't really talk about sin in that. I think sin is a man-made concept. I think that the seven deadly sins were just a concept to keep people in line with fear. God gave us free will. We know the difference between right and wrong. And if we don't know the difference between right and wrong, the only people who don't know the difference between right and wrong are the ones that are working the dark side. You get it? And there has to be people working the dark side. Why? Because there has to be balance. But lately, we've all been feeling that the balance is against us, that we're being crushed under this balloon of negativity. Well, guess what? You know, we're worrying about it too much. We're not letting it go to where it needs to go, right? Hey, Angie Mac. Okay, Lynn, you're feeding the negative by talking about it. Is there anything you can do about it? Do you know why they went over? Do you know their purpose? Then by being worried about it, you're feeding the negative energy surrounding it. What if your whole neighborhood or your whole area thinks the same thing? Oh no, right? Then your whole neighborhood is feeding the negative narrative. It starts right here. It starts right here, right? Give it to God. Absolutely, Kay. Absolutely. Honey, you don't have to be quiet. I'm not telling you to be quiet, Lynn. I'm telling you to stop giving it your energy. Focus on something you have control over and that gives you joy. Like decorating a tree or baking cookies or phoning someone you love. All right? I want you to do an experiment between now and tomorrow, okay? I want everybody to pay attention to every single negative thing that causes every single thing that causes a negative reaction in you for the next 24 hours. Write it down if you have to. And then we'll talk about it tomorrow, right? Because if you're writing it down going, "Oh, these helicopters went over and they've scared me." Or a sudden bill came out and I don't know how I'm going to fix that, right? Okay, but make 2 columns. Things you can do something about and things you can do nothing about. And see which side is weighing you down. Because if there's things you can do and you focus on those, positive things that you can do, that list should be longer than the negative, but I guarantee it probably won't be, right? That's never happened in the 25 years I've lived here, so it's very unusual. There could be a train derailment somewhere. There could be they could be rescuing people off the coast. You don't know, right? Right? It doesn't necessarily mean you should be afraid, right? Fear is the devil's best companion. Now listen, I gotta go. I've got to get my kitchen cleaned up and my dishwasher unloaded and put away so that I can get ready to make puff pastry later this afternoon. So I'll see you guys around 2:00. It's gonna be more of a talking video because making puff pastry takes hours. It's just a matter of chilling it in between each roll. There could be aliens that they're going to, you never know. Negative energy can cause real sickness in our bodies. I absolutely believe that. Absolutely. Right? Because it's all the fear and the joy, the fear and the love are both within your control. Did you know that? Totally within your control. All you have to do is hand it over to something or someone more capable of you, and that's usually the source of your faith, right? I love you guys. I'll talk to you later. I want to wake up now and have my cup of tea and take care of my email and stuff. And then I'll see you later this afternoon around 2 o'clock on our half acre homestead making puff pastry. All right? I love you guys. Take care. God bless. Remember, if something scares you, ask yourself why it scares you and why it shouldn't scare you, and then put it in the right column. All right? And talk to your creator. Talk to the source of your faith, because, you know, just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not there. I have very good reason to understand that my creator has got my back every single day. Every single day. Take care. God bless. I love you guys. Never, ever forget that.